Oh wow, it's 8 o'clock and I just look super sleepy. Can I lower this for a second? Coming off the last video, like, man. Okay. I feel like I just have like so much to share, so much I want to unload on you guys. But I actually took a little like weekend trip for my birthday. So I was gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was supposed to be gone until Monday, like until this morning. But, timing and the way things worked out, I was like, you know what, like I should just head home. And I was able to like squeeze in at the perfect time where I got home. It was like sunny weather, it was gorgeous driving, and then this crazy storm hit last night. And you guys know Fancy, like she hates thunderstorms, freaks the F out, and oh my gosh, it was like such a rough night's sleep. I have never experienced a thunderstorm that bad in this house specifically. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the windows, like the glass on the windows in my room was shaking from the thunder. Like it was that loud and heavy and just intense. It was crazy. And I feel like I've probably experienced thunderstorms like that in my last house. They were just better windows. Like I still have my crappy old wood windows in the bedrooms, and the way they were shaking, like I couldn't sleep. Fancy was freaking out, and because she was like anxious and nervous, she kept wanting to go under and then come up because she was hot, and then under the covers and then up because she was hot, and then she would be like licking herself and I would stop her from licking herself, and then she'd be licking me, and it was just like a comfort thing. And and when I tell you I did not sleep well, like the 3 nights prior as well, because I was in a hotel room all by myself, and I hate sleeping alone. Like I've slept with Fancy or somebody in my bed for the last 7 years at this point. So like totally sleeping alone is just like not my thing unless I'm exhausted. Like when I went to Europe, I was so freaking exhausted that I slept like a baby. I was out like a rock. But oh man, plus I have just like stuff. Oh, okay. I need to drive. I need to go to Starbucks. I need my decaf coffee this morning. And I also need to put my steering wheel back up where it's supposed to go. Good morning. Can I get a grande iced decaf Americano with a splash of almond milk? Thank you so much. I don't know why I just like stuttered over my words there. I was like, thank you so much. Thank you.
You want a straw?
No, thank you.
Yep.
It's funny that I just got home last night and like the first thing I'm doing this morning is going to Lowe's. Like, is this not the most me in my Crocs nonetheless? I could have put on different shoes. Did I want to? Nope. Here we are. One of my favorite things about my house right now, like I came home yesterday and I was like, my house is so clean. I put a new one of these on because the other one was like so gross, but I finally moved the Christmas stuff over there. I do need to clean off my table, and this table, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I mentioned like, oh my gosh, it's arriving this week. That was like 4 weeks ago. It's actually arriving next week. So I'm very excited for that. I got to clean off this table and I actually have to get it moved, and there's like some stuff that I should move over there, and I really want to get this wall actually done, but I haven't done that yet. But like, look, my house just feels so clean right now. Roomba has become my best friend, and it's great. Did you just bring me this toy because you want to play? Huh? Because you want to play? Sorry, that was not my best throw ever. Well, I'm debating what I want to do with my life first. So I had to go to Lowe's to get just like switch plate covers, but these are like just blank plates, because I am doing the one bedroom that I have never touched. It's currently like in the process of being remodeled, and that's gonna be a whole separate video. So I needed those to cover up, because there was like an internet thing in there, and then I'm pretty sure the other one was like a phone or something. I don't even know. And then for the actual light switch, the light switch doesn't need to be there with the light that is in there right now. So that just needs to be covered up. Like, you don't want to patch over it. I could patch over the other 2 spots, but I am just feeling a little bit lazy and don't want to do that. So I figured I'm just gonna get those covers, and where actually furniture and stuff is gonna be positioned in the room, those are gonna be covered with furniture anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to be that noticeable, but I wanted to get that done. I feel like I should just unpack first. Okay, what do we got going on here, girls? Book, journal. I love this shot. Yes. Poppy, you get so much screen time. Yeah, because you're just so nosy. And everyone's like, where the heck is Fancy? Fancy's just chilling, living her life. Poppy is living mama's life, huh? You just want me to throw this toy, don't you? Yep. I just don't even know how to come on here because this isn't a situation I want to share. This isn't a situation I will ever share. It's just, especially coming off the last video when I was like, I don't really have anything to work on when it comes to overthinking and worrying less because I don't have anything going on in my life. It's like something happened this past week that, like, quite frankly, like, I was just bawling in the bathroom. And it's like, what did I do to deserve you? Huh? What did I do to deserve you? Yeah, give me that toy. Give me that toy. There's not a lot of room in this hallway to, like, play tug, girl. Poppy and I just played fetch for a little. She, like, tried to play with Fancy for a little. We played fetch some more, and now she's chewing on a rope toy. So we'll see if she's calmed down. Dogs, man, they're just great reminders to, like, be present, live in the moment. Like, do dogs really have a worry in the world other than if they're gonna have enough food, water, and can go to the bathroom in the appropriate place? Like, you know? How can I become a dog? That would be the goal here. So, my birthday. I ended up having a pretty good birthday. I got a massage that day, took myself out to lunch, went to dinner with Cameron. Like, it was a relatively chill day, but I will say, like, that day was the start of all of it. Because I got some news that day, which led to something else, which led to something else, which led to something else. Poof, on Catherine's life. It was just like, whee! And I was like, oh, so this is 29. Cool. Cool. I've had a great 2023. I've been thriving. I've been vibing. Like, I've been so freaking good. Like, I feel like you guys could see it in my videos. And I even read a DM the other day that was like, I don't know what's going on, but, like, you just seem so good. And honestly, it's because at the end of last year, I was not good. I was not. Like, it got to the point where I was like, I really need to start going back to therapy because I could tell I was like, I was just so not in a mentally good place, and it was just really, it was a snowball effect from, like, moving into the renovation zone and, like, everything else. Like, I was overwhelmed, I was stressed, I was going through, like, big life changes and things, and I was not handling it well. So when I came into 2023, I was like, okay, pour into yourself, like put your morning routine back into place. We're gonna read more personal development books. Like I picked up journaling again. That was another thing. Like I wasn't journaling. Bad move, Cathrin. Journaling is one of the best things you can do for yourself. And I like have had such a great year. Like I've been in a great headspace. I feel truly like myself again, because for a while there, like I just was not feeling like myself. And then this all happened and it just like brought me back to 2017, which was truly like the worst birthday of my life. I have not seen myself this low in a very long time. It's hard. And the reason why I'm sharing this is not like, oh, pity party, feel bad for me. Like, come on, you guys know me better than that. It's just like, one, I film my life. I share what happens. Two, coming off the last video of like, everything's good, I'm thriving, vibing. Like, I don't want to just be a highlight reel. Like, this is very much so just my life. And whatever happens, I share with you guys. And right now, like, I'm really, really struggling. And if I can share some tips or some things that have helped me, maybe it will help somebody else. And that will just like be great. And I thought I had a third point there, and I don't. My brain was just like trailing off of like, I thought I had another point there, and I definitely don't have another point. So anyway, I arrived at my little like vacation at my hotel on Thursday, and I'm telling you, like when I looked in the mirror, I don't think I've ever seen myself in that state. I actually share the photo with you guys. I mean, I took this photo, like my whole entire face was red. Like I couldn't even feel my eyes anymore. Like oh my gosh, I was in such a bad place. And that weekend, like I wanted to be present. I wanted to be there, and I wanted to live by the things that I shared in the last video. And this is actually a piece of advice I took from someone off of Instagram. So they were doing a Q&A and someone asked them how they've been handling their anxiety recently. And they said they were focusing more on getting out of their mind and into their body. And they were focusing on like what they feel in the moment, exercising, moving their body, like getting into it in that sense, getting massages, facials, going to like a sauna or something, like more so other, I don't know if I wouldn't call like a sauna like a treatment, but like you could like pay to do some things, and then there's other things that are free, like moving your body, working out, totally free. And it was like a good reminder for me in that moment when I was like overthinking and just like crying so freaking much, oh my gosh, to get out of my head and into my body. Like if I want to live by what I said of like worrying less, taking things as they are, like face value, don't overthink over here. It's just like, it is what it is. I need to get out of my head and into my body. And one of the things that helped me the most, and this is a tool that I fell back on 2 times when I was away this past weekend, was what do I feel in this exact moment? So it's like right now my hands feel a little cold, like my fingers feel cold. So just like mentioning that, even me like squeezing my hand like this, like I feel my fingers wrapped around my fingers, and even like that's my left hand. That's what my left hand is feeling. So my right hand is feeling something totally different. Poppy's fur right now is underneath my leg somehow. I don't even know how. My legs are crossed so I can like feel where the skin is connecting. Like I can feel this shirt on me, you know, like all those little things. And I started to just list off all the things I was feeling until I could totally just move my mind away from what I was focusing on and focus on my body. And that was really, really helpful for me. So that's like kind of what I'm reminding myself as I'm still struggling. Like things like this come in waves for me where it's like, no, I'm really good. Like this is not beneficial for me to worry about this. Like it is what it is. Let's go. Like moving forward type thing. And then like it can hit you like a brick sometimes. And I'm definitely one of those people that can overthink like how I should have reacted in a situation, all the things I should have said, what I want to say. And it's just like, it's not helpful. It's not beneficial. It's not going to get you anywhere. And another thing I remind myself is like worrying is praying for the worst thing to happen. But it's also like worrying is putting yourself through something twice. Like don't envision a scenario, a conversation. Like you really just don't even know what's going to happen. And if you go into it with that mindset, like you already have your guard up and you're not receptive to anything. And that's just like, going back to the last video, like, that's just like not the person I want to be. That's not like, even when I was in the hallway and Poppy was just bringing me a toy, it's like I said when she wanted to play and when she brings me toys, like, I want to stop and I want to play with her. And like, that was just a good reminder to like be present. And there are some things that matter in life and there are other things that just like really, really don't matter. And when you're going through it, like when you're in the heat of it, it can really, really suck. And oh, that's like my other point of like why I wanted to share this. Because if you're going through something similar, like, dude, this sucks. Like, you don't even know what I'm going through. But it's like, if you're just going through a hard time, like, I hate when people say, I know what you're going through. Like, I know what you're going through. It's like, no, you don't. And that's okay. But sometimes I just want you to say, like, that really fucking sucks. And trust me, if you're going through something, like, I'm sorry you're going through that. And that, like, fucking sucks. It's just hard. Life sometimes can be really, really hard. And I'm determined to like not let this be this year. I like, even when I was crying, I like looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, this has the possibility to turn me into a real cold-hearted bitch. And I just don't want to be that person. And like, my word for the year is thrive. And how can I thrive? And how can I get out of my head? And how can I move forward from this situation and just keep going? So, you know, I'm showing up today like this is what you get from me. And I'm just going to continue to show up. Like, that's all I can do for myself, is just continue to show up and continue to create the life that I love. Just like the best freaking life for myself. And I feel like so blessed for all of the amazing things in my life. And it just like sucks when something like this happens and can just like steer your focus away from all of the good, all of the amazing. And I was trying to get some work done, as you guys saw, and that ultimately led to, I just felt really, really tired. And I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I looked myself in the mirror, and I just started crying, and I was just like, ah. So I don't even know if I can be on my computer anymore today. Like, I just don't know what is best for me, because I can't act like nothing's happening. Like, I can't just move on with my day like, I'm fine, all is fine. And I feel so freaking grateful that, like, I have a job where I can do that, where, I mean, for one, like, this is also me working. That I can just be like, you know what, I'm still calling it quits. And I also just feel really grateful that I intentionally took the week off Instagram last week, because I couldn't have imagined continuing to post over there while I was going through what I was going through. And I'm still going through it. Like, even today, like, I just don't want to be on Instagram. And I don't know when I'll come back, because I said I was going to come back today. It's just life. So what I need to do right now is have some lunch. And I ate out all weekend. I mean, I was traveling and I did not have like a kitchen or something. I just stayed at a hotel. So I kind of miss just like my very basic food. I just want to have a bagel. Like, that's all I want right now. And then I think I might work on that one bedroom. I do have my sweet little Poppy girl here. She's such a sweetheart, I swear. So glad she came into my life. Okay, let's make a bagel. I love that the trees are now starting to come in. Like, the water just reflects such a beautiful green, and I love it so much. The girls and I just kind of like walk around the yard a few times a day, and it's just nice. One of the other things that I did while I was away and just like not really feeling my best mentally is one of the nights I had to go out for dinner and grab food because I didn't like have food in the hotel room. And I just walked outside and there was the most beautiful sunset in the world. And I don't know what it is, but just like connecting with nature, being in nature. Oh my gosh. I was like, what are the girls staring at? There's just like geese walking down the road. Where the fuck do I live? I was actually pulling down the street earlier and there was just a heron standing in the middle of the street. I'm like, what kind of world is this? Like, this is just the coolest spot ever. Like, you'll see like fish jump in the water. I'm like, ugh, I feel so blessed, so grateful to live here. But like, there is something about nature that like truly grounds you. At least it does for me. And even right now, just feeling the sun on my face, I'm like, you know, like nothing else in the world matters but these two dogs watching these geese. Like, nothing is really that serious. Let's be honest. So it's gonna matter in 3 to 5 years? Hopefully not. So, I mean, look at this. We got Poppy exploring over here, but just, I really need to get my deck cleared, not this dock. I get a lot of questions about it, guys. No one walks on this thing because it's just a hazard. And it will be taken care of eventually, but my deck needs cleared so that I actually have like a view of this and I can really enjoy it. I'm like debating putting chairs out here. My idea is to make that into like a fire pit over there because that would be really, really cool. It's just, I would love to sit out here and read. Man, that's the goals. I really should do that. Like in the next video, catch me out here reading, okay? And if I don't, call me out for it, please. I don't know what Fancy Girl is doing right now. And Poppy also wrapped herself around my legs. I didn't bring any water outside with me, which wasn't my smartest idea, but I could only last out there like a half hour. I have a feeling I'm gonna be covered in mosquito bites tomorrow because they were just at me, man. And I thought about putting sweatpants on before I went out there, but I was like, no, mosquitoes aren't out yet. Of course they're freaking out, Cathrin. Before I shower and chill out for the night, I want to cook myself dinner. The whole reading situation, though, I figured, I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna bring it up, like, might as well do it right now. Like, what is holding me back? There is one dog hair in this. I might as well get it done. I might as well just read outside. And it was such a nice experience. Oh my gosh, there's this huge fish in the water that jumped twice. Like, the first time it jumped, I was like, oh my gosh, I did not realize, like, we had fish that big in the water. Because you can actually fish out there. I am not a fisher, so I have never. Oh, let me actually get this going. But it jumped twice, and I like kind of wish I just had my camera set up on the water, but like how was I gonna know when and where a fish was gonna jump? Like, let's be honest. And then the geese just kind of like stayed at the road, so I couldn't get any cool shots of them. There were no herons out today, and yeah, we've had like a few like ducks and things, but there was nothing really that exciting other than the fish that jumped twice. Like, it was huge. The splash it made, I was like, oh my gosh, that is a big freaking fish. What I am reading right now, though, is 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty. This is actually the next podcast book club book. So I bought that one back in February, and I've been wanting to read it. So I'm kind of glad that it's a part of that, because it just like, it's a little bit more of an incentive to read it. I am super, like, not far into it, though. I'm, like, 20-some pages in, so I'm, like, I'm kind of a slow reader, too, honestly. I can feel the mosquito bites. Oh, regret. That is the one, like, major, major downfall of living near this water is mosquitoes are next level. Like, I remember when I first moved in, just, like, taking the dogs outside was unbearable. And even on like the hottest days, it was like throw on sweatpants, throw on a sweatshirt, because you do not want to get eaten alive, and you will. And I've had like bites on my face and stuff. It's just, it's crazy.